Hi, guys. This is going to happen. I need to talk about something. This is not accurate. Ottawa, this country cannot freeze $20 million in cash in Bitcoin. It cannot. All right. This is like basically this person, whoever's writing this, a contributor, Namkios, whatever. They do not know what they're talking about. You can't freeze Bitcoin accounts, right? This is a Bitcoin account. I could have $10 million that I got via selling arms to Russia or the Ukraine separatists, though, that wouldn't be illegal. Funny thing, it wouldn't be illegal to sell it to the Ukrainians, but it would be illegal if I sold it to the Russians. You can't freeze the account, though. The only thing the governments can do is stop the on ramps and the off ramps. So if I wanted to turn this Bitcoin into cash, right, then they could prevent that from happening. Technically, if let's say that Apple plans to have these mobile wallets, right? These phones, like the phones don't need a little add-on accessory. You can just accept payments, and let's say you can accept crypto payments. Well, the government could give a blacklist number of addresses. Like if these addresses show up, it will not work, right? But if you hold this account with $10 million on it, and you can find an exchange that's friendly to you, or you can find some friends that are friendly to you, you could transact. They can't stop the transactions, right? Because Bitcoin itself is its own entire thing. It doesn't have any governance board. It's operated completely on math. There is no person to get involved with their emotions. The political system doesn't affect the network of Bitcoin. It only affects the on-ramps and the off-ramps. So what are the on-ramps and the off-ramps? It's when you want to go from fiat, which is a government-controlled, emotional, political thing, to Bitcoin, which is a completely math, computer science, unemotional thing. Right? I could be a terrible guy and hold $10 million in Bitcoin. But the political spectrum would not affect me because I can hold it, it's in this wallet, and if they know it's my wallet, which would have been a mistake to start off with, if I had, if they could figure out that it was my wallet, that's a mistake on the person, on the people. Like these people that did this transaction, they weren't obviously thinking completely clearly, right? This wasn't completely clear. Um, there are definitely ways to mask this, and they didn't use those ways, like tumbling and whatnot. But you get that, right? It's the on-ramp and the off-ramp that's important. So technically, the government could say, so if I'm going to go down to a Walgreens or a Safeway or whatever it is, and I'm going to buy some things with my little tap Bitcoin thing, the government could say that this address, which let's say it's this address here, right? Whatever it is, this public address, if it tries to pay, you're not allowed to do it, right? And it could say if you take this address to any of the exchanges, you can't. But in today's world, this it's not a one country rule thing. It's not like the U.S. owns the whole world like it did in the 80s, right? So if you wanted to go to China, India, Bali, I don't know, you name it, it's all of South America basically, right? All of Eastern Europe. That's not part of this hemisphere of thing. You can take your Bitcoin wallet there, find an exchange or whatever you want to do, and go buy your stuff and go get your cash out, right? Once you get your cash out, you do some tumbling or you take it to Monero, do some things, and there you go, you got your stuff back. And then you bring it out here and you do the whole thing, right? Because once you take it into cash, it completely cleans, and then you bring it back into Bitcoin, and then you're set. So maybe you got to pay a 50% fee for that. I don't know, but that's essentially laundering, right? This is all wrong, basically. This is not correct, right? This is someone that doesn't understand the technology, and I don't blame them for not understanding it. It's like it's pretty new, like a lot of like just assumptions right now. I get it, but it's a little annoying. I had to make a video about it. Otherwise, look, I think Bitcoin's gonna crash. I think Russia's gonna invade, and I think the interest rate's gonna bring it further. And I do strongly, and not that I not belief. No, it's not belief. This is the 50-week moving average. Whenever we drop below the 50-week moving average, we touch the 200. This is the 200. 200 is about 25,000 right now. This has happened every time. It's not like hearsay. Doesn't happen like sometimes. It happens every single time that we get down from the 50. Right here, we dropped below the 50 and we went right down and touched the 200. Right here, we dropped below the 50 and we tried to get up above it. We tried a few times and we couldn't, and we went right down to the 200 every single time. You can go. Go do this for yourself. Go verify this for yourself. You don't take my word for it. Here it came down all the way to 200. Right now, for at these times, the 200 was way less. It was like $4,000 here, but today it's about 25K. If it gets down to 25K, which I highly suspect it does, I'm going to drop my entire bag in. Right, I'm gonna drop my entire bag in. Anyways, I will talk to you shortly.